Yes, 230,000. No change from last week. 230 unrevised. If you recall, it popped a bit. I thought maybe there was some holiday issues going on there with seasonality, but it looks like it's sticking at 230, and continuing claims moved from 1.654 to 1.67, so a bit higher. Hey, first quarter preliminary productivity, the secret sauce, up 3.6%. That is a beat. We were looking for a number slightly north of 2. We did lose 0.6 on our last look. 1.9 turns into 1.3. Unit labor costs, half what we were expecting. Matter of fact, more than half of less than we were expecting. Boy, that's got a lot of negatives. Down 0.9%. Down 0.9%. Now, that really plays into all this notion of pricing and issues along those lines. From yesterday's Fed meeting, we did see a revision from 2 to 2.5%. That 3.6 is the healthiest pace going back to September of 2014, 1.4. We see 251 yield in 10s, right about where they were yesterday, except for a little period right after the announcement around 2 Eastern when it started to go down. Hit 245 intraday. That 2-year actually hit 220, 221 intraday yesterday. So there was a big rebound, a big kind of reshaping of the yield curve from intraday extremes. But at the end of the session, if you just connected the dots and forgot some of the intraday volatility, you would think not a lot really happened yesterday. Joe, back to you.
You know what? I'm going to start. I will not use at the end of the day because people, it's such a crutch. I'm going to start using at the end of the session. I mean, that's
perfect.
At the end of the session. What about, while I have you here, just quickly, and I don't, we're going to talk about the Fed, but tomorrow a jobs number is coming, and we had some weird discussions yesterday about the ADP, and actually the guy that puts it together doesn't believe it, doesn't think 275 is reflective of what it's going to be tomorrow. What kind of number do you think we're going to have tomorrow, Rick?
For all practical purposes, I think we're going to have a healthy number.
200?
I'm not saying that means, I would say 200. 200 is pretty much my baseline, Joe. I do have a few aspects of the previous month's data points I try to plug in and morph it a little bit, some rolling moving averages, but all in all, 200,000 is my baseline, and I'm a little disappointed that the ADP doesn't believe their own number. I'm a little disappointed that analysts didn't believe 3.2. It's like they just discovered that inventories were created, like last week. But I think there's good things going on in the economy. We all have to be realistic, though. I mean, at some point, I just don't know that we can keep creating the type of employment horsepower that we have. It's really quite stellar when you think about it, Joe.
Right. You have to believe that there's people that are waiting to come back in the workforce, I guess. That's the only way we can
And that's the key. That's the key. That's the key, is looking back over kind of what we thought we understood in the rearview mirror, we might not understand as well as we think. And I agree. Those we stopped counting, I think they're going to be coming back a bit. I understand there's demographics.
I mean, that's the only thing that explains the last 2 years, really, because the same guy that didn't believe his own number has been saying there weren't going to be enough people for jobs for like 2 years. Andy's been saying that.
Yeah. There's been a lot of goofy things going on for a couple of years, Joe, but that's for another day.